maybe I think the solving from the problem from the easier thing. For example, first clean up the things and then change the parts. And we can make much more easier to solve the problem. So one thing we have to, one thing I strongly recommend is just take a picture before you disassemble the things. Because if you remove the old cables, sometimes you don't know how to put it back. But if you take a picture, you can put it back as you can watch it again, you can put it back. This is one thing I strongly recommend on this.
就是在这一段，它其实是还有2件事情，就是说，第一个就是你在查问题的过程哦，就是不要跳过刚刚的那些步骤。哦，第一个，有一些问题先问，然后再来就是从简单的先查起，哦，然后这样再来另外一个是说，你在真的确定问题开始拆机器要换零件，或者是要换中间有一些线。 连接线，那你要把它拍照，免得你待会拆完之后换了零件，然后你那个线不知道怎么接过去。对。
On the fourth step, so I explained the fourth step. Next, then if you finish the repair, you have to check whether the repair is properly done. So this is what we call the test, and we usually have test the unit done before. After the repair. So, if you have some problem printing, we try the printing for testing for 10 times. So, if you have some problem gripping, we take a diagnostic test for lift test for 1 time. So this can check whether the problem is solved. So, we usually test everything before shipping.
这点很容易理解，就是说，当你维修完之后，你要记得测，就是至少测个1个10片，啊，如果确定东西已经修好了，再出去。
So we always test everything for, even though it's a simple thing, because we need to make evidence that the product we shipped is sound. So. Sometimes, if the product sent to the customer side, if it break down, the customer always told us that we didn't have the proper repair, but we can check whether it's due to shipping or maybe wrong repair. But if we have evidence, we can say that it's a shipping problem. So the testing is we have, I think, one aspect that as an evidence for the proper repair. So don't forget to do the testing. The testing is quite important. You can explain the customer testing this system right before sending it back to you. We test it very well. This is a good how to say, explanation of the customer that makes you feel happy. And if everything is finished, just pack it. And send back to the customer. That's what we can do. So this is how we troubleshoot the problem. So state out the problem, find out the root cause, solve the problem, solve the problem, and check your problems. Test properly, and send back.
To understand, we have to take care of the packing. After you repair it.
Yes, because we have to send it back. If you have to send it back, but if you do it on-site, we don't need the final step.
Do you have any other packing picture for the packing repair unit before shipping it?
If you need so, but if your delivery provider is not so good, we still have some bad batteries in Japan. We sometimes take pictures, but it's up to your site.
就是说，即使是在日本这么做事情这么仔细的地方，他们在常常修完东西送去给客户，也会中间那个帮他搬运的东西帮他摔坏掉，或者有修好的东西又摔坏， 对，他说这个次数也是蛮多的，对，所以我们要注意，就是修好的东西要寄回去之前要确认一下。
So we also track the accident rate on shipping, and you can check if it's so high. You have to determine something. We have to change the provider or change the delivery provider, food delivery. So we also check their accident rate. So that's how we troubleshoot. Do you have any questions on troubleshooting, or do you have any troubles in? Do you have difficulties in troubleshooting, or if you need somebody, I can help you some.
I think this is for most of the issues we can do in this way. Sometimes there are corner cases. We do
Yes.
a lot of tests, and it's not easy to have this issue happen in office.
So in this case, I think this troubleshooting can solve 80% of the problems, but we still have some 20% of technical issues that are difficult to solve. We have sometimes with several parts broken, or sometimes firmware troubles, or maybe software troubles. But we have, so I think I answered this morning. Yeah, we have some contact. I think that's, you can just email to here. You can just email to him.
就是说，当你把前面这一些 troubleshooting 的过程，除错的过程都做了，然后修了，但是东西还是没好，或者你有一些测试是你在修完之后测试测了10几遍、20遍没问题，可是到客户那边还是有问题，这个问题你就送 email 过来了，因为有时候其他的人也遇过，然后他就会告诉你，可能就是一个地方没有回答。对，好。
So maybe I can show you some example that I think Satisha sent me the email about the producer and prison troubles. I think I can get on this.
Producer and prison.
Yes. So I can answer like this. Maybe I think it's from Alan. Actually. So I can give you some samples. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, it takes time. It's so funny. I'm sorry.
The email from India?
Email from India to Alan, that Alan sent me.
This Satish,
Yes.
just there.
Yes, that's right. So that's why I asked it. So I can get something that. Oh. Yeah, this is one. So for example, Satish asked us about the problem is RA100, also with a producer is present. This one. Is it too small? He asked me that he had problems producer and producer. I also with our eyebrow. So this thing you can ask to our support. So I will answer like this. So I will answer for each problem that we have several causes and we can solve by these things. And I will help them on this training. I answer. So we always doing these things on our support.com, support@rimage.com. So please feel free to mail them. Really, Is that okay? Translation.
Just.
Okay. So you have to explain some technical question can be asked to support our support email address and we will answer. We can explain.
其实刚刚那个 Satis 这样的 case 的重点就是，像这样的问题，你就直接发信过来好了，发 email 过来，然后那个 George 跟我还有美国那边会讨论。如果说我们两个都不知道怎么做的话，我们会去美国，好，告诉我们怎么弄。那如果说像最近有一个是好的例子，就是像 CY 他们遇到的问题是，他测试了几百遍，但是在办公室都不会有问题，到客户那边就是会出问题。那像没遇到过。对，那像这个问题，CY 他就做了很多验证，然后真的没办法，他就 escalate 到我这儿来。那我们呢，也真的没办法，我们就到美国去，到最后就发现说，这真的是一个问题。对，所以你们的问题如果到这里了，如果我们有看过了，我们就会告诉你，这个其实是怎么样发生的。那如果其实我们都没看过，那我们就知道说，这可能是一个新的，但是它可能很少发生，几率很小，但是真的会发生，那就让美国知道，对，看要怎么解决，或者是让美国会想办法，对。
So do you have any questions? Is okay? Okay, the next I'm going to explain about log files. So the document I'm explaining is all in So I'm just making some technical, all the technical documents in one disk. I'm recording it now, but I'm still creating. This is the technical document. I copied everything. Yes. With this.
Everyone?
Everyone. I just copied 10 copies. I need 12 more.
But no print, just
no print. So. Sorry. So our technical document consists of three things, and one is it's from one is about introduction, and this is we have for some introduction document and agenda, and our bosses a nice video, and also we have the troubleshooting guide. I'm now explaining now this, and we have some the troubleshooting overview. The document we saw last before this, and also we have error code list overview. So this document explains where the log file is stored and what the log means, and also how can we look up the error codes. So our system has a number of log files in several folders. The one is in the piece reverse logs folder. Actually, this is Japanese, but it should be backslash because due to this font, maybe it's due to font. Maybe I can change it. Oh, it shouldn't work. I'm sorry. So I'll update it later. So we have some rimage folder. Usually, we have rimage folder in network drive, and also shared. But it's sometimes we have some rimage folder like this. In this PC, I installed the RSS, and this PC only have C drive C. So it's in C. So there's logs. So you can find several logs up here. So this folder contains all the logs about messaging server, and the production server, and imaging server, and also the remote system manager. So you can see the log files here. So if I open the PC log, you can see those production server logs. So if we have some errors, that's something like, we can find some error. We say that cover is open or maybe streaming failed. So all production server errors are coming up here. Also, this is IS log. This is a log for imaging server. You can see how the image is created and you can check the size. However, there's no logging here because I'm using the quick disk, and quick disk is not using the imaging server because they're using imaging program called Power Image. So there's no logging here. So next, let's do this.
So then, is there anything to highlight?
So we have RMS log. This is message sub. This is I think this is message server and sleep. Let me see. A message server logs. So the message server log shows how the network is connected. And if you have some trouble, some errors, but it's usually for the messaging service. It does not have any information on the but it contains most of the networking information. Sometimes it could have connected to the client, it could have connected to the messaging server. All the logs are here. The last one is the one is this. The system manager. The system manager also shows how the system manager is working. But this is just for the system manager. So if your system manager is not working, you have to see this one.
If they want to report which log do you suggest they
So if you have problems in any mechanical things, we need this, the production server log. This contains every hardware logs.
对，就是刚刚就是说这么多的 log， 因为我们对应到背后的那几只服务那几只 service， 就各自有一个 log， 像 PP log 就是 production server 在写的，那 IS 就是 imaging server，RMS 是 messaging server 的 log， 然后最下面那个是 system manager， 就是整个界面那个 log。那这些 log 当你要问题要 escalate 到 APAC 这边来的时候最需要的是 PP log， 就是 production 这边。那其实你可以判断一下，通常如果是你看得见的，recorder 的门没关或开一半，或者是 printer 打印机门，你就眼睛看得见的那些动作的问题，大概都会在 PP log 里面找得到。好，所以你就把 PP log 你在写问题的时候，顺便把 PP log 偷出来，那它的路径就在上头，就是这个档案放在哪里，那你就把它整个档案拖过来就可以。
So the next log will be about the serial communication log, and this will be outputted to the C program data folder, the C drive, and the remerge production server logs, and you can see here. C program data, remerge production server logs. So we have several logs like, as I connected to the leg log, you can see the leg logs. So you can check the communication of each command in the leg log. So if you have problem with Lego, you can check this. So you just send them to our engineer. Because if
this law, Allegro,
this can also solve the problem.
Okay. Allegro, only Allegro.
Yes. For others, we have EV logs. So we have to respect some logs for respect.
EV log is an option to have this log.
No, I think it's option, but we have to set some option that we need to keep the serial logs and other system manager. And you can see
there's some log issue.
we have to set.
We have adjustment some option that turn up.
We have to turn on some option on. I think this is a reverse server setting on the we can see the production server, and we have diagnostic. We can check everything here. This is for SCSI tracing. This is for serial tracing. This is for tracing Everest. So we can check everything to keep the run. So we try to check this for serial communication and for Everest printing. We keep the one. So if you have problem, you can turn around all these options and put the log. And we can see what's going on.
那提供这些 log 的目的主要就是要省时间，因为有时候我们把问题，即使我们觉得我们描述的很清楚，然后送到美国去，然后他看完之后，他会告诉你说，那你麻烦你提供那个 PP log 给我，然后又一天，对，因为